What's up, YouTube? Yo, this your boy Kurt with Wealth and Fitness Lifestyle. Please do me a favor if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to receive future content. So, you want to start a limited liability company, LLC. To aspiring small business owners or have a business and you want to, legalize your business, I highly suggest you starting your LLC. I did my LLC through Legal Zoom, and I'm just going to get into some of the information, how I got started, some of the benefits, and why I even chose Legal Zoom to do that. Especially for people who, are not familiar with, the process. Well, the reason why I chose Legal Zoom was because they actually walked me step by step. They actually answer all my questions. I would highly recommend and highly rate them, especially for a person who's not familiar with the process. They walk you through the process. They give you the information. And so what I want to do is just kind of outline for you guys the process of starting an LLC and some of the benefits and, using Legal Zoom because they were beneficial to me and helpful for me. So I started my LLC, Aiden Noah Holdings, about 2 months ago, which the purpose of that LLC and that business is to buy and sell real estate because I wanted to separate liability from my investment properties from my personal assets, right? And that's kind of the purpose of an LLC, is where you want to separate your business assets from your personal assets, right? And so to start, one of the things that you want to do is you want to choose a name for your business. So I chose Aiden Noah Holdings because Aiden and Noah is my two sons. I have a 5-year-old son and a 1-month-old son, and I wanted to name my LLC after my legacy, my boys, so that way that's something I could pass on to the future. That's why that's unique to me and sentimental to me. You choose a name that's sentimental and of value to you, but through LegalZoom, what they'll do is when you come up with a name for your business, depending upon the industry that you're going to go into, they'll do a name search just to see if in your state, if there's any, other businesses operating your name under that name, and if it is, you can't use that name. Now, let's say for an example, you're getting your LLC started and you want to use a name, but you're not going to file the paperwork right yet. What I would do is I would still register that name, and with LegalZoom, you can hold the name so no one else can use it by the time you figure out if you're going to proceed with that name, because it does depend on by your state, right? So I'm going to be looking at a couple of notes here just to kind of remind me of some important steps that I think is going to be beneficial for you, that you're going to take through this LLC process as you're going to be starting your LLC. The other thing, so we talked about choose a name, reserve a name if you sure that you're going to use that name, but you're not sure you're going to file your paperwork right this moment. You want to make sure you reserve your name. The other thing that you want to do is you want to choose a registered agent. So for an example, LegalZoom was my registered agent, and what that person does is that they receive all your official documents, and they'll be able to, once they receive your official documents, they get documents regarding benefits to that LLC, lawsuits, subpoenas, all that legal stuff. And what they'll do is they'll pass it on to your registered agent, and then they pass it on to you, which my registered agent is LegalZoom. LegalZoom, in the process of starting an LLC, does a lot of legwork for you. They do a lot of that background stuff, a lot of stuff that, especially if you don't have a lot of time and you're busy doing other things, they do all of that stuff for you, which I think that's why it's a benefit, to going through LegalZoom, is because they do all that background stuff. The other thing that you want to do in going through the process is you want to prepare your operating agreement, which the operating agreement is the list of, it's basically a roadmap of how is your business going to operate. So for an example, Aiden Noah Holdings LLC, primary purpose and operation is to buy and sell real estate, right? And that also outlines your, if you have owners, if there's multiple owners, if it's like, let's say it's multiple owners and one person has 50% ownership, 25%, things like that. You want to outline that in your operating agreement. Also, voting rights and voting members, when you're going to hold meetings, things of that nature, and just kind of outlining the roles and responsibilities of your members that are a part of the LLC. And so you want to have all of that documented and, in your operating agreement, which when you do it through LegalZoom, they go through all of the process with you. What's going to be beneficial about this is that you're going to have someone that you're going to speak to that's going to collect all the information, and that's going to give you a step-by-step guidance in terms of what to do. The other thing you want to do is you want to file the organization, the paperwork. Now with LegalZoom, what the process that they took me through is that once I entered all the information, once I had that one-on-one conversation, they then prepared all the documents and paperwork for me. It literally took about almost 2 to 3 weeks to get all the paperwork, to mail me my documents, and have everything kind of lined up. Now, for me, it was a good investment, and also too, it does cost between about $500 to probably $800, depending upon the documents that you file to do your LLC. If you don't have all the money up front, they do charge you. They prorate it each month while still giving you your paperwork and all your information. The other thing that you want to do after your LLC is created is you want to officially register your business with your state, right? Because once you officially register your business with the state, then now you can operate legally as a business entity, right? In order to do that, they're going to provide you, when they give you all your paperwork for your LLC, they're going to provide you your EIN number, which is basically like your social security number for your business, right? And so you can have all that information documented. The other thing that LegalZoom provides, which was really helpful and good for me, is that they have this what's called an e-equip package. And what that is that depending upon your industry that you file your paperwork with your LLC, they match you up with a LegalZoom representative professional that has experience in that field. So for an example, my LLC was created in real estate, and they matched me up with a representative in LegalZoom that kind of gave me all the information in terms of, proper filing with state. They wanted to know, like with real estate, you have holding. There are different strategies. You have holding, which I'm doing, buying and holding. You have wholesaling. You have buying and flipping, right? And so they have experiences on, basically learning a little bit more about financially where you are, and they kind of coach you on navigating through that process, depending upon your industry. And what they also do with the e-equip package, which is an investment, I pay monthly for that. But for me, it's a great investment. I get once a month coaching and guidance with, making sure that I stay with my compliance for my business. And they kind of give me different strategies in terms of setting up my business structure to protect my personal from, my investment properties. And they also give you a tax professional with a tax accountant professional that shows you like how to do your QuickBooks. Show you that, if you're starting a business and you have payroll, if you're starting a business and you have different expenses for your business, they teach you how to set up all of that information and teach you how to set up all of that stuff. And I think it's beneficial for me because, I'm busy doing other things, and at least I have someone that can help me set up all of that for my business structure, right? The other thing too is that you want to set up a bank account separate from your personal bank account. And so once I started going through the process, they like, for an example, I use Bank of America, and I got all of that set up with my different bank accounts, my check-ins, my savings, and I also got a business credit card. I applied for business credit and got that. And everything that regarding my business go through my business bank account, not my personal bank account. And with the tax accountant that the e-equip package helps you with, you have that person that gives you guidance on how to keep your bank accounts separated and how to do all of that stuff, which is good. So what I'm going to show you guys, which I like that LegalZoom do, is that they give you this nice pretty folder and booklet with all your information on it, right? So for an example, all my documentation is in there. They give you a nice seal. They give you this nice seal stamp. They give you information, a help guide for your limited liability company. They give you your filing certificate and all that stuff. Here's a letter from LegalZoom, like, welcome. The LegalZoom 1-800 accountant, that's part of the tax and the financial aspect of managing a business. This is what that is. And, I have an account where I go on 1-800 accountant, and that's how I manage, all my business account and expenses. And pretty much all my information is here, kind of outlined and organized for it. So they give you this nice package here with LegalZoom to keep it organized. As you can see, they put the name on it too. So that's it for my discussion today. Listen, if you find this information helpful, once again, my channel, we focus on building wealth. This is first step of the process in building wealth. Is, if you're an aspiring business owner, get your LLC started, and I highly recommend LegalZoom. Look, listen, thanks for tuning in. Let's get fit, let's gain wealth, and let's improve our lifestyle. Holla at your boy.